Last time on Cruising Joan Lynn.
We explored the little town of Seneca Falls, New York, located along the Cayuga-Seneca Canal. We visit the Wesleyan Chapel and the museum next door that celebrate the roots of our nation's women's rights movement. We stumble across a unique gallery displaying thousands of pieces of memorabilia from the classic holiday movie It's a Wonderful Life. But it brings to mind Christmas, and I'm not ready for Christmas yet. It's boating season. The crew are welcomed at a picnic being hosted by a local church group, and I fail the good person test. There we go. No! I'm still a good person. The next morning, we make our way through the canal back to Cayuga Lake.
With the Joan Lynn now winterized and unusable, Jim and Kevin must find a way to the island to winterize camp for the season. Find out how they get there in this final 2017 episode of Cruising Joan Lynn.
Let's begin now.
360. I woke up this morning and I said, instead of waiting for a good day to happen, waiting around through ups and downs, I just said, look.
Kevin and Jim had to return to the island. There was still work to be done. Winter was coming, and the island wasn't ready for it yet.
The Joan Lynn was taken to the marina to be winterized on October 13th, but even if we still had her, it would have been impossible for her to take us to the island, because the dock there had finally succumbed to its age and the years of persistent subjection to its environment. Go. It's too much work to go. It's easier just to stay.
With the weather on their side, Kevin and Jim set off for Gananoque, Ontario. The goal was to reach the island by noon without the help of the Joan Lynn to get them across the St. Lawrence River.
This is the first time that I've ever been down in this area by car, and it feels really weird to be passing these things, these marinas and whatnot that I've only been to by boat.
Very excited to be along closing 2017. So we're coming up to the spot Misty Isles. It's going to be on your left hand side, just maybe a quarter of a mile to half a mile up on your left. This is the spot where Aunt Sally keeps her boat. This is also a marina. They don't have gas, but there is docking and there's hotels here, so.
The first order of business before even heading to the island was to flip Aunt Sally's boat and lock her back up where she would hibernate over the long winter. To get across the river to the island without the Joan Lynn, we used her tender. Meet Edwin, a 4-man inflatable raft capable of no more than 8 miles per hour with his electric trolling motor attached. We rarely keep Edwin aboard the Joan Lynn because of the room he takes and because we have had very little use for him thus far.
Here we go.
About 100 yards into their trip, disaster struck.
Not a good start. Our battery is fried and we had to oar our way here, and while doing so, one of the oars broke. So I'm using half an oar. We have 1.5 oars. So we're just making it to the island now after a good hour of mooring.
So when you're near me, darling, can't you hear me? SOS. The love you gave me, nothing else can save me.
We made it.
We made it.
Waiting for the marina to call us back. They're going to be able to help us. We're going to head up to the cabin.
Where are you going with your long face pulling down? Don't hide away like an ocean that you can't see, but you can.
A man from the marina did come to the island within an hour of their arrival with a new battery. Kevin and Jim celebrated over shots up in the cabin and then went to check on Edwin.
We came to check on Edwin because, you never know. And he looks to be holding up here at the dock on the east end of the island because the dock on the west end of the island is a disaster.
Where I belong, I do know where you go is where I wanna be. Where are you going? Where do you go? Are you looking for answers to questions under the stars? Well, if along the way
And I'm here to show you our makeshift fender because we don't have any fenders here. Take a look at what we've done. The fenders are gone. We have inflated a garbage bag and stuck it in the middle between the dock and the raft. And it seems to be working pretty good.
hero, oh, that's for sure. But I do know one thing.
Oh, very young, what will you leave us this time? You're only dancing on the surf.
The next morning, Kevin worked on the RC boats, and both Kevin and Jim had a few pops before taking them down to the water to play drunken RC boat tag.
Off camera, Kevin and I were playing drunk RC boat tag, and my boat sunk. So Kevin is about to dive into the water, off of the Edwin, into the water, in the freezing cold water. Oh my God. He got it out of, what, 8 feet of water. Drunken RC boating tag, awesome.
I did this for you, Aiden. Love you, bud. That's the second time Aiden's boat is sunk. Let's see if we can still. Oh, that's why.
Oh my God.
With less than 24 hours remaining in their trip, Jim and Kevin hadn't accomplished much yet with regards to winterizing the cabin. This begs the question, what the hell were they thinking taking Edwin out for a joyride as the clock ticked down to tomorrow afternoon?
Getting an idea of what things look like when we're not on a big cruiser. You get a different vantage point from this profile, and it's pretty cool.
Now this is the way Island 57 should be closed.
Today is Sunday, it's going home day. I hate going home day.
Going home day sucks.
Jim and Kevin knew that there was a lot to do, and it was time to suck it up and get her done. The plan was to make 2 trips back to the mainland. Jim would make the first trip along with Edwin filled to capacity, while Kevin stayed behind and worked on winterizing the cabin.
All right, Jim has taken off with the first load of gear to head back to the Glen house. My job is to ready the cabin for winter.
I have left the island to take a trip to the truck to deliver first it's probably 2 loads of gear we got to bring back and things that we have to bring back that have been in the cabin all summer long.
First job, the fireplace. Got to be emptied at the end of the season. It's important to remove all the ashes, clean it out, get it ready for next year. Before, after. I wonder how Jim's faring along.
It's a beautiful day and the water is perfect, the sky is perfect, and I'm heading to the Glen house.
And then I have to go up on the roof, cap the fireplace. The fireplace is capped. I wonder how Jim's getting along. By now, he should be at the Glen house.
Made it to the Glen house, walked all the way to the dumpsters, and heading to the truck. Hopefully Kevin is getting a lot of work done back at the island because that was one hell of a walk with heavy garbage. Now we reach the truck, gonna take it a little closer to the water and get the rest of the shit in it.
There's a lot of things that need to be done. But first things first.
I'm calling Kevin to let him know that I'm on my way back to the island from the Glen house. Didn't answer. Try him again. No answer. Let's try him again.
Decided to take a quick moment to relax, enjoy the quiet of the island.
This was the plan for safety, that I was supposed to call him when I reached the Glen house, and he was supposed to answer. Yeah, glad there's no emergency or anything. Yeah.
Reach Kevin Crest, we're not available to take your call right now, but please leave your name and number, and I'll call you back. Thank you.
I'll call you back once I'm finished
At the tone,
drowning.
please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may.
Yeah, when I'm drowned at the bottom of the river, I'll call you back, and hopefully that'll be a more convenient time. Let me try it one more time. 4 is a charm. No answer. Well, I'm going to start heading back to the island because it's getting late. It's already 11 o'clock in the morning, and we still have to finish up at the island, and we have to get everything back over one more trip, deflate the raft, load up the truck, and get out of here. And I'm hoping to be home before dinner so I can eat dinner with my family. Look who's calling back. Hello?
Hey, bud.
Kevin, yeah, glad I wasn't drowned or anything at the bottom of the river.
But anyways, I've unloaded the first round,
Okay.
And I'm on my way back to the island. I'm just sitting in the boat ready to untie right now.
all right, I should be back in about 15 minutes. In about 15 minutes, maybe you can look out for me and give me a hand just getting off the boat.
You got it. I'll see you in 15.
See you in a little bit.
Bye.
All right, here we go. I have to admit that out of the two jobs, I think I got the more relaxing of the two. Yeah, I had to load up the truck, but you can't beat this. You just can't.
So a few things left to do, but we're right on schedule. We'll get it done as planned.
We have successfully removed the water line, which brings water up into the cabin from the river. This is where the water comes into the hose. This is the last line of defense for biology to enter the cabin's water supply. I don't want to go. It's too much work to go. It's easier just to stay. And this is it. This is the last time we will be on the St. Lawrence this year, 2017.
With the season now at an end, the only thing left to do was deliver the Joan Lynn to the barn outside of town where it would spend the next 7 months in cold, solitary winter storage.
I am in the cockpit of the Joan Lynn. It is October 28th, Saturday. It is boat drop-off day. And there's just a few things left I have to do before leaving it in the barn for the winter. Well, this is it. Joan Lynn's final resting place for the winter of 2017 going into 18. It's a bit sad, but another 6-7 months we'll be back. Take one last look around, make sure everything's all right. Everything's been taken out of her for the winter. Seat cushions, supplies, everything. Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you haven't already seen our previous videos from this boating season, go back and watch those as well.
Join us next fall on
I'm Cruising Joan Lynn.
Hairline fresh, new cologne on. Feeling so good, change the color to my phone. Orange Kool-Aid, go good with Patron. No, hell no. It's still my ringtone, free car wash. Had to clean up the Dodge. Give back when I can, just playing my part. Church folks had a fish fry, mustard, hot sauce, light bread, and french fries. Love for the big guy, hit the park, blowing, showing off their house. Nappy Roots on the radio, and you know it.